Most of you have heard the word mantra because now mantra is in the English language. Mantra is composed of two Sanskrit terms, mana, which means the mind, and tra, which means to deliver or free or purify, or you can even say transcend. And so mantra is a sound, it's actually a spiritual sound, which is repeated, which purifies the mind. Actually, it purifies consciousness, because mind is just the external interface of consciousness. So we talked a little bit before about purifying consciousness. Think of water which is impure. So you taste it, it doesn't taste good. And then it goes through a filtration system, then you taste it and go, oh, this water tastes good, because now it's pure. Or you get pure spring water. You don't have to filter it. And so this is how water should taste. So we are all tasting our consciousness. When we're unhappy, we're tasting unhappy consciousness. When we're in anxiety, we're tasting anxiety consciousness. When we're greedy, we're tasting greedy consciousness. When we're jealous or envious, we're tasting envy and jealousy consciousness, and greed consciousness, and hatred consciousness. That's not natural. That's not our pure consciousness. That's like the water that's got all the contamination in it. When you purify that out of the water, then you have pure consciousness. So, mantra is like the water filtration system that's going through our consciousness and purifying it of all those things, because all those things just causes misery. Nobody wants to be angry, nobody wants to be jealous, nobody wants to be hateful, but it's there because of our conditioning and contamination. It's called material consciousness or material conditioning. So chanting is a spiritual sound which acts right and goes directly to the soul. It hits the soul. It doesn't even go through the mind. It doesn't even go through the intelligences, which is really why you can't figure it out, and the only way you can understand it is by doing it. Now the important thing is when you chant, you don't want to try to analyze it, because it's a transcendental or a spiritual sound and you can't analyze it. It's just your intellect can't figure it out because it's a sound which is not of this world. So how do you chant? The way you chant is you receive the sound. You make the sound with your tongue. You're chanting a mantra and you receive it. You hear it. You feel it. You open your heart to it. You don't analyze it, because you can't meditate when you analyze, because meditation, it doesn't take place in your head. It takes place in your heart, where you feel the sound and then you offer your sincerity and your prayer to the sound, to the mantra, because mantra is a way which you connect with the divine, and every mantra represents a divine entity. And so you're connecting through prayer, and you're offering your heart to the divine, to God. So it's a process of getting out of your head, going into your heart, both offering your heart and both feeling your heart. You see, when you meditate, you don't think, am I doing it right? Or you don't think, how can I do this better? How can I achieve the goal? But rather you go into your heart and you just allow the mantra to come. You become a receiver. If you're in the achiever consciousness, which too many of us are in, then we're trying to create something through meditation. But the mantra does the work. You don't have to create it. You just have to receive it and give your heart to it and remove yourself from the consciousness of achiever and then go into the non-achiever mood and receive it. And then I like to say, it's kind of funny, but it's cute, you have to be out of your mind to meditate. You have to be out of your mind to chant. You do. You have to be out of your head. You don't analyze it, because you can't be in the present moment if you're in your head, because your head takes you to the past or to the future or to the moon or to the sun. You're just traveling around everywhere. You get out of your head. You don't need your head to meditate. You just need your heart, and you need to listen. So now I want to show you how I meditate, and I want to teach you this process, because this is extremely powerful. This can alter your consciousness more powerfully than anybody else. And these are beads. These are called meditation beads. You know, you've seen rosary beads, right? Well, the origin of rosary are these. These are 108 beads. For thousands of years in India, people have chanted on these beads. Why do they chant on these beads? Because they take a vow to chant a certain number of mantras, and they count the mantra on each bead. So, there are 108 beads. 108 is a very auspicious number, and we're going to do some chanting of the mantra called the Maha Mantra, the Hare Krishna mantra, and I'm going to teach it to you, and you also learned it in the lesson, but now you can hear me pronounce it. So I'm going to say it, and then you can repeat after me.